Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to solve last three sums in this states of matter. After that, we will go to the next chapter. For the question is important question. This is important question. Textbook question, NCERT question. Payload is defined as the difference between the mass of the displaced air and the mass of the balloon. The balloon has some mass and inside the balloon air has some mass. Payload is the difference between the mass of the balloon and its air filled in it. Calculate the payload when balloon of radius 10 meter, mass 100 kilogram and filled with helium at 1.66 barometric pressure and room temperature. Density of air is given 1.2 kilogram meter inverse and R is gas constant is given as 0.083 bar decimeter cube Kelvin inverse mole inverse. What they ask, they want to find the mass of the balloon and the payload, mass of the payload. Okay. First, payload means the difference between the weight of the balloon and the weight of the air. Right. First, radius of given. Radius of helium is equal to how much? 10 grams given. Sorry, 10 meter, not 10 meter. Volume of balloon. Next step we are going to find the volume of balloon. 4 by 3 pi r cube. Because balloon is spherical in shape. Balloon is spherical. Spherical in shape. We know that the volume of a sphere is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. That is why we applied here 4 by 3 pi r cube. That is 4 by 3 into 22 by 7 into 10 meter the whole cube. Already radius given now. On simplifying all these things, we get the answer of 4190.7 meter cube. This is the volume of the balloon. This is the volume of the balloon. Next, to find the mass of the balloon. Helium of 1.66 barometric pressure and at 27 degree has a volume of volume is equal to 4190.7 meter cube. Right? Applying the gas law. Ideal gas equation. Applying the ideal gas equation. PV is equal to W by capital M RT. N is equal to given mass by molar mass. This is the thing. So from this to find the mass of helium. PV is equal to W by, here W is equal to MPV by RT. Substituting the values of MPV. M is nothing but M is equal to molar mass of helium. What is the molar mass of helium here? Molar mass of helium 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram per mole. I substitute here. W is equal to 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram per mole. Actually, the molar mass of helium is 4 gram per mole. For calculation purpose, we convert into kilogram. Into pressure, 1.66 barometric pressure. Into volume what is derived 4190.7 meter cube. Divided by what is gas constant given 0.083 bar decimeter cube Kelvin inverse, mole inverse. What is the temperature? Given room temperature 300 Kelvin. Because 27 degree means temperature 27 degree means 273 plus 27 is equal to 300 Kelvin. On simplifying all these things, we get the answer of 1000 something. Var cancel. Kelvin inverse, Kelvin cancel. Mole inverse, mole cancel. Mole inverse, mole cancel. So, get a meter cube 1 decimeter. On simplifying all these things, we get the answer of 1200 it 1200 something. Here on mistake 4190.7 we convert into 10 to the power 3 decimeter cube, meter into decimeter cube. So only 10 to the power 3 and 10 to the power minus 3 will get cancelled. We get the answer of 1117.5 kilogram. Decimeter cancel, right? These are the terms. Next point is mass of the balloon. Next one is mass of the balloon along with mass of the balloon along with helium. Mass of the balloon given is 100 kilogram plus helium weight is 1117.5. Here we find the mass of helium. So helium weight, so 1217.5 kilogram. This is the mass of the. Next point is mass of the air that display the mass of the balloon. Mass of the air that displays the balloon. Displays the balloon. The balloon is equal to volume into density. Volume into density. What is the volume here? Volume already find that volume of the balloon is 4190.7 meter cube into what is the density? Density is 1.2. Density of air is given, so 1.2 into kilogram meter inverse. Meter cancel. On simplifying this, we get the answer of 5028.3 kilogram. Then payload is equal to 5028.3 minus 1117.5. Answer is 5028.3 117.5. So 13, 8, 0, 1, 0. 4010.8. This is the answer. Payload. Payload is the difference between the total mass of the balloon and mass of the air. Mass of the air and total mass of the balloon. The difference is the payload. It is given in the question itself. Once again I will repeat it. They want to find the payload. Payload means the difference between the mass of the balloon and the air inside it. Here radius of the helium is given 10 meter. 10 meter. Volume of the balloon. Balloon is a sphere, so the formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 into 22 by 7 into 10 to the power 10 meter cube. 10 into 10 into 10. So on simplifying all this is nothing but 10 into 10 into 10 into 310. On multiplying and simplifying, you get the answer of 4190.7 meter cube. Next, helium of 1.466 bar at 27 degree has a volume this much we find it. Then applying the ideal gas equation, Pb is equal to nRT, where n is equal to given mass by molar mass. W is nothing but given mass. M is molar mass. M is equal to molar mass of helium. Molar mass of helium is 4 gram per mole. For our convenience, we convert the mole into kilograms. This is the formula. Next, W is equal to substituting the value molar mass 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram per mole into 1.66 pressure given, and volume already finded. Gas constant given in the question, temperature given in the question. Simplifying, you get the answer of 1117.5 kilograms. Mass of the balloon along with helium is equal to balloon mass already given 100 kilogram. So 100 kilogram plus mass of the helium is equal to, this is the total mass, right? Then mass of the air that got blown. Mass of the air blown means volume into density. Density of air is 1.2 kilogram per meter cube. That's given in the question. On multiplying these two, I get the answer of 5028.3. Therefore, payload is equal to difference total mass of the balloon minus mass of the air. I get the mass of the balloon. That is, the payload is equal to total mass balloon plus air minus mass of air. I get the payload value. Question number 2. Calculate the temperature 4 moles of a given gas occupying 5 decimeter cube and 3.32 barometric R value is given. So we have to apply ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation here. First you have to write what are the terms given. Number of moles 4 moles. Pressure is equal to 3.32 bar. Volume is equal to 5 decimeter cube. R is equal to 0.083 bar decimeter cube Kelvin inverse mole inverse. So everything is given in the question. Temperature only not given. So use the ideal gas equation. Whenever they are asking this type of question, we can apply ideal gas equation only. PV is equal to nRT, where T is equal to PV by nR. PV by nR. Then substituting the values, P is equal to 3.32 into 10 to the power into volume 5 decimeter cube divided by gas constant N is equal to 4 moles into 0.08 bar decimeter cube Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Temperature only we are going to find. So mole inverse, mole get cancel, bar cancel, decimeter cancel. And simplifying this, 3.32 into 5 divided by all these things, 2, 10, 15, 16, 16.60 divided by 4 into 8.0 something. 312 times 8 times 24, 2, 5 to 0.0 divided by 0.0252, we get the answer of 50 Kelvin. Very simple problem. Calculate the temperature of 4 moles, number of moles given. of a gas occupying the volume 5 decimeter cube. At a pressure given, volume given, number of moles given, gas constant given. So in this equation we are going to find the temperature. Applying the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. Rearranging the equation, T is equal to PV by nR. Write the given terms, substituting the given terms, simplifying the terms, you get the answer of 50 Kelvin. You have to practice 1 or 2 times in your home, then only you will familiar with the problems. Dear students, the next question is: student forgot to add the reaction mixture to the round bottom flask at room temperature 27 degrees Celsius, but instead he or she placed the flask on the flame. Without adding, we forgot to add the reaction mixture in the vessel, but he placed the vessel in the heat. After the lapse of time, he realized this mistake, and using a pyrometer, he found the temperature of the flask at 473 Kelvin. What fraction of air would be expelled out? How much air will be expelled out? This is related to Charles' law. The question is: a student without adding a mixture, he heat the solution in the furnace. After some time, he realized that and he measured the temperature of the flask, which is 477 degrees Celsius. He found how much air expelled during that process. That is the question. Okay. So volume of flask is equal to V decimeter cube. That is volume of air in the flask. Volume of air placed in the vessel or flask is equal to V decimeter cube. Okay, right. Not decimeter cube. Volume V centimeter. Here also, right. Next one is using the Charles law. V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. That is equal to, what is V1? We don't know. T1 is temperature, initial temperature is 300 Kelvin, and V2 by what is T2 final temperature? T1 is equal to 27 degrees Celsius, which is equal to 27 plus 273 is equal to 300 Kelvin. T2 is equal to 477 degrees Celsius, which is equal to 477 plus 273 is equal to 750 Kelvin. So 750 Kelvin here. And substituting or simplifying, you get the answer of 2.5 V. Right. Next step is fraction volume expelled. How much volume released while heating is equal to 2.5 V minus V is equal to, this is the initial volume. After the reaction, total volume is there. Volume expelled is 1.5 V. That much volume will be expelled. So fraction of, next step is fraction of air expelled. Fraction of air expelled is equal to 1.5 V by 2.5 V is equal to 3 by 5. In this ratio, the fraction of air expelled. According to Charles' law, if you increase the temperature, volume also increase. How much volume increased? That is the question they asked. But the volume, it should be assumed as V centimeter. We don't know the actual volume. That is why we assume that the volume as V. And using the Charles' law, see V is equal to K into T. V by T is equal to K. V1 by T1 is equal to K. These are the terms we learned. So applying here, because the Variables are pressure and temperature. Temperature changes, what happened to volume? That is the question. Indirectly they are asking. Therefore, volume of the flask is V centimeter, volume of air placed is V. Then V1 by T1. So that is why we are applying Charles law is equal to V2 by T2. T1, T2 given. These are the terms given. T1, T2. Substituting the value, simplifying, cross multiplying, you get to 2.5 V. And volume expelled is equal to total expelled, final expelled by initial volume is V centimeter. Due to the action of temperature, volume is increased to 2.5. So difference between the final value and the initial value, which tells about how much the volume expelled by heating, that is given. Fraction of air expelled is equal to the only 1.5 volt volume expelled divided by total volume final. 2.5 is equal to 3.5. It's a ratio. Answer is equal to 3 by 5. This is the answer ratio. So whenever they are not giving the one volume given, another volume is not given, only temperatures given, means using this method, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Substituting the temperature value, simplify, we get the answer of air expelled, how much volume expelled after heating. And then volume expelled is equal to final volume minus initial volume, we get this much. Initially the volume of the cylinder is like this flask. After heating, the volume of the gas expand, hot air balloons and like that only. If you in hot air situation, the density of the gas is reduced, therefore it exposed, expelled. And in cold scenario, in cold areas, the gaseous particles contract. That is why helium hot air balloons are used to find the weather report, meteorological report. The value is 2.5 V minus V is equal to 1.5 V. The air alone expelled. This is the fraction of air alone exposed is equal to 1.5 volt. Air alone exposed divided by total volume is equal to 3.5. 3 by 5. This is the answer. Thank you, students. God bless you.